The wisdom of the ages exhorts us to live lives of honesty and integrity. 3,000 years ago, the Israelite king and sage Solomon wrote, "Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways." 900 years later, the great Roman lawyer and orator Cicero questioned, "Where is there dignity unless there is also honesty?" A few decades later, the great Jewish teacher, Jesus of Nazareth, summed up the commandments to not lie, not steal, and others with the elegantly simple phrase, "Do to others as you would have them do to you." 200 years ago, Thomas Jefferson wrote, "Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom," and his European contemporary, Immanuel Kant, wrote that honesty is better than all policy. Today, as we gather together to invite you, our newest captains, to join our community of honor, let each of us commit to live as women and men with an expansive view of honesty and integrity. Let us speak honestly, telling the truth, even when it is difficult. Let us live with integrity, following the path of truth in all situations. And let us project goodness, doing good to others at all times and in all places.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. This is a spectacular sight to behold. Welcome to our honor convocation. My special thanks to our Provost, Dr. David Doughty, for offering the invocation, to Dr. Mark Reimer and the brass quintet and CNU's voices for honoring our country this morning. I'm pleased to share this platform with our Provost, our distinguished deans, Drs. George Ebb, Nicole Guajardo, Quentin Kidd, and Lori Underwood, the President of the Faculty Senate, Dr. Brian Puaka, Dr. Jay Paul, the senior member of the faculty who leads our academic procession, and all the members of this university's superb faculty. Our purpose this morning is to underscore the seriousness of our shared academic purpose and the importance we place on living in a community of honor. This is a very special day. It's the beginning of your academic life at Christopher Newport and a significant step in a lifelong journey in the pursuit of truth and knowledge. In the memorable words of a beloved former colleague, Dr. Richard Somerville, truth is the faith of academic life. Honor is the ethical compass which guides us all in the practice of that faith. Together they make learning valuable, teaching credible, and wisdom possible. These are precious gifts, and it's because they are so precious that we gather here today. The classes you will take in large measure will shape your academic life. There'll be books to read, papers to write, and examinations to take. You'll conduct experiments in laboratories. You'll draw and paint in studios. You'll perform in great concert halls and theaters. The faculty will engage you in the discovery of new and exciting knowledge, while challenging each of you to think critically, analyze carefully, and use your learning for the betterment of this world. Along the way, you'll encounter many shining moments. Those experiences you share with classmates and faculty. When the experiment works, when the audience gives you a standing ovation, or when together you savor the joy of understanding a difficult concept. The successful journey also involves a measure of good fortune. On commencement day, seniors toss a penny into the Saunders fountain for good luck in your life after graduation. A wonderful Christopher Newport tradition. So today, when you sign the honor code, you will be given a lucky penny. We hope you'll keep that penny for the next 4 years and toss it into the Saunders fountain on graduation day. But remember this, the harder you work, the luckier you will be. Allow me to read the beautiful words that will accompany that penny, written by a former Christopher Newport professor, Dr. Tracy Swartz. This penny is but a small tribute to the spirit of honor of all those who learn and lead here. To give your word and keep it as a person of integrity. To treasure the life of the mind and the spirit of intellectual inquiry. To value richness of character over richness of purse. To give because to you much has been given. To seek important work and to do it with all your heart. To keep this faith as you become a citizen of CNU, of the nation and the world. And one day, as you remember the grandeur of the Ferguson Center, the beauty of the Great Lawn, the tranquility of the James, and the friends and mentors of your youth, you will know that you have lived a life of honor and significance. Several years ago, we lost our beloved Tracy Swartz after a long and courageous battle with cancer. And although Tracy is no longer with us, her memory will always be cherished and her presence felt powerfully on this campus. Her mother, N.C. Teets, is with us today, and I would ask her to stand so we could express our affection and gratitude for her. N.C. In truth, your academic journey will be successful and enriching only if you work hard and understand the principles on which this academic community rests. You see, we're different than many other schools because we care about minds and hearts. Our primary purpose is to form good citizens and leaders. We believe real success is a life well lived. We want our students to choose to live lives of meaning and consequence and purpose. And at Christopher Newport, we call that a life of significance. Because we care about minds and hearts and lives of significance, our curriculum is based on the liberal arts and sciences, and we emphasize the study of leadership. Our core curriculum is rigorous, cited by the American Council of Trustees and Alumni as the most rigorous core curriculum of any public college or university in America. It's because we care about hearts and minds and creating good citizens and leaders that our students perform thousands of hours of community service. And we have a speaking tradition and an honor code, and we build a chapel. We want our students to lead and serve and love and engage and set the world on fire. That's what makes Christopher Newport special. And that's what makes this place an irresistible force. So for us, honor is all important. We want this to be a place where all people and possessions are respected, where we tell the truth, and where your academic work will always be your own. The key to success and significance is how we choose to live our lives, the choices we make each day, our character, honor, integrity, character. These qualities determine who we are, how we live, and powerfully shape our ability to live meaningful, consequential lives. The second value that Christopher Newport cherishes is that other people matter. Our tradition that makes this point in a simple and yet powerful way is the speaking tradition. When you walk past someone on this campus, we ask you to look them in the eye and speak and smile and not pretend that they don't exist. When we pass people and ignore them, what we're saying is, you don't matter. Everyone matters. We have to believe that everyone who crosses our path has something important to impart, because they do. The simple practice of saying hello honors the humanity of other people, and it underscores the importance that other people have in all of our lives. Listen to this. This community rejects the forces of violence and the voices of hate. The genius of Christopher Newport is our commitment to a rich and diverse community and a campus culture of respect, civility, and inclusion. We care for every person. We want everyone to feel welcomed and fully engaged. We stand together and support and encourage each other. We are a light in an increasingly dark world, and that makes this place very special. One day in the year past, I walked across a beautiful campus of a great and historic university that all of you would know. For 20 minutes or so, not one person engaged anyone else. Not one person spoke to anyone else. I was stunned. I finally grabbed a student and made him talk to me. Where are you from? What year are you? Tell me, why is it no one on this campus cares about anyone else, engages anyone else, speaks to anyone else? This is what he told me. He said, you know, the university is a microcosm of the world. He said, if you were walking down the streets of New York, no one would speak to you. That's just the way the world is. I walked away and I thought to myself, how sad is that? You see, at Christopher Newport, we're not interested in the way things are in the world. We're interested in the way things ought to be. We're not interested in conforming to the world. We're interested in transforming the world. That's who we are. Finally, a third value that Christopher Newport teaches is the importance of your leadership. Through the classes we teach, the lives that we lead, the activities that we share, we hope that you will be inspired and instructed to be good citizens and leaders. Young women and men who will choose to reach out and engage. And we change the world one person at a time. And it begins with you and with me in this moment. Yesterday morning, almost 500 of our students and our faculty and our staff worked at over 65 nonprofit organizations and schools throughout the peninsula of Virginia. You see, you don't have to go far to make a difference. All you have to do is roll up your sleeves and respond to what's right in front of your eyes. That's how we change the world. But the truth is, there's a great big world just beyond our campus that desperately needs your minds and your hearts. I recently read that if we could shrink the Earth's population into a village of precisely 100 people and retain all the existing human ratios of the world, this is what that village would look like. There'd be 57 Asians, 21 Europeans, 8 Africans, and only 14 people of the 100 would be from the Western Hemisphere, where we live. 52 would be women, 48 men. 70 would be non-white, 30 would be white. 70 would be non-Christian, 30 would be Christian. 6 of those 100 would possess 59% of the entire world's wealth, and they would be Americans. 80 would live in substandard housing. 70 would be unable to read. 50 of the 100 would suffer from malnutrition. And only one would have a college education. So here's something to think about. If you woke up this morning with more health and illness, you're better off than the 1 million people who will not survive this week. If you've never experienced the danger of battle, the loneliness of imprisonment, the agony of torture, or the pangs of starvation, you're ahead of 500 million people in this world. If you can attend a church meeting without fear of harassment, arrest, torture, or death, you're more blessed than 3 billion people in this world. If you have food, clothes on your back, a roof over your head, or a place to sleep peacefully, you are richer than 75% of the people in this world. If you can read, you're more fortunate than over 2 billion people in this world who can't read at all. So what does all that mean? Count your blessings and be mindful of your responsibilities. Enjoy your days on this campus, but don't throw them away. Make the most of every day and make the most of every opportunity. Leadership, honor, service, These are the values that define and distinguish a captain. Live these values, and you and the world will be better for it, and your life will be a great adventure. Recently, we asked a number of our students to tell us in their own words what a life of significance means. I want you to see their faces and hear their voices.
At Christopher Newport University, we embrace success.
But we value far more, a life that is focused on something greater.
Leading a life of significance means making a positive difference in the lives of others.
It means striving for excellence and honor.
And respecting and valuing one another.
A life of significance is about leadership and good citizenship.
And devotion to beliefs and causes larger than ourselves.
At Christopher Newport, I'm learning to lead such a life.
I am empowered by the realization that not only can I change the world,
but I'm obligated to do so.
I've learned that opportunity is the result of hard work.
And with success comes great responsibility.
The decisions I make
and the actions I take
affect the people,
community,
and world around me.
Regardless of where we come from
or what we study,
we apply all we learn in the classroom
to make the world a better place.
We learn to lead.
We learn to serve.
We learn the importance of character
and personal responsibility.
A life of significance is a life of honor
and compassion.
We care about each other.
We engage and reach out to help
rather than turn and walk away.
It's not easy to live this way,
but it is the right way to live.
With these values, I will be a leader,
an engaged citizen,
and lead a purposeful life.
At moments of consequence,
I will be prepared to do the work that shapes,
defines,
and enriches the world.
This is what we value at CNU.
This is what it means to be a captain.
This is what it means to be a captain.
This is what it means to be a captain.
This is how we define significance.
My name is Dr. David Doughty, and I'm the Provost or Chief Academic Officer of Christopher Newport University. It is my privilege today to invite you to join our community of honor. As you anticipate your academic journey over the next 4 years, I encourage you to think of it as an adventure, for that is exactly what it is, an adventure of learning and discovery. Learning the known, discovering the unknown, learning one's strengths, and discovering one's passions. These are the fundamentals of the college experience. But like most adventures and most worthwhile things in life, this will not come easily. When we think of the great adventurers of the past, Columbus, Lewis, Earhart, and Armstrong, we note that every one involved preparation and hard work. And so it will be with you here at Christopher Newport. Engaging in this adventure, learning things about the world and about yourself will require time, preparation, and hard work. But learning and discovery, the mere acquisition of knowledge, is not enough. Mahatma Gandhi called knowledge without character a deadly sin. And Martin Luther King Jr., as a student at Morehouse College, wrote that, quote, intelligence plus character, that is the goal of a true education. You see, people will judge you by what you know, but they will also, to quote Dr. King again, judge you by the content of your character, by who you are. And those character traits that President TRIBLE just spoke about, honor, honesty, integrity, dedication, generosity, and compassion, these are things that can be developed. And here at Christopher Newport, we will offer you that opportunity in addition to the acquisition of knowledge. You see, if you become that person of great character, a woman of honor, honesty, and integrity, a man of dedication, generosity, and compassion, the world will come to you seeking answers and looking to you for leadership. And today we take the first step by inviting you to join not just our community of scholars, but our community of honor in this Honor Code induction ceremony. There are 4 significant parts to this ceremony. First, we will light the candle of truth and knowledge that stands next to the podium. Each year, we ask a student body leader to perform the ceremonial lighting. This year's student leader is Carrie Martin from Enrico, Virginia. Carrie is a senior majoring in philosophy and is our newly elected Student Honor Council president. Carrie's lighting of the candle of truth and knowledge symbolizes the beginning of your academic journey at Christopher Newport University. Second, you will stand and repeat the honor code. This recitation marks your commitment to the CNU community of honor, one of honesty, integrity, and personal responsibility. For the third part of the ceremony, you will come forward and sign the honor code registry. Signing of the registry symbolizes and seals your commitment to the honor code and symbolizes your formal membership into the CNU academic community. Upon signing the honor code, the university witnesses at your table will give you that lucky penny. As President TRIBLE mentioned, this fourth part of the ceremony represents one of our most cherished traditions. On graduation day, each senior tosses this penny into the fountain for good luck. We hope you will keep this penny as a constant reminder of your ultimate goal, a degree from Christopher Newport University, and that you will toss this penny into the fountain on your graduation day. University witnesses, please take your places at the signing tables. The lighting of this candle symbolizes your pursuit of truth and knowledge at Christopher Newport University. May truth and knowledge always illuminate your academic journey and your life. Dr. Brian Puaka, President of the Faculty Senate, will now lead us in the recitation of the honor code.
Thank you, Provost Doughty. As this is an important tradition at CNU, we ask that you take this time to reflect on your future in our community. Keep your voices to a whisper and refrain from using your cellular devices during the entire signing of the honor code. We now invite all members of the university community to please stand and recite the honor code with the newest members of the CNU family. The honor code is printed on the back of your program. Please recite it with me. On my honor, I will maintain the highest standards of honesty, integrity, and personal responsibility. This means I will not lie, cheat, or steal, and as a member of this academic community, I am committed to creating an environment of respect and mutual trust. You may now be seated. Please remain seated until your row is called. Will the marshals please direct students forward for the signing of the honor code?
With extraordinary precision, well done, and thank you. And I might add, never has there been a better-looking group of new students matriculating at Christopher Newport University. In closing, I want to share with you a story. In my son Paul's senior year in college, one of his best friends and classmates tragically lost his life. At the memorial service for Colum Owens from Atlanta, Georgia, a passage was read from his diary in which he described how he wanted his life to unfold. He wrote these words as a freshman in college, and 4 years later, they were read at his funeral in the last days of his senior year. And I quote, "I truly realize now what is important for the rest of my life. I want to be well educated. I want a group of friends who I will enjoy spending time with and who will love me. I want to marry a woman I know I'm in love with. I want to make a decent living but live below my means. I want to find God and spend lots of time contemplating Him and conversing with Him. I want to grow old with a woman I love, spend time with grandchildren, cry at funerals and weddings, and die a happy, successful, respected, loved, and content man." And then Colum wrote these words, "Look at this every year. Become this man. Lead this life." We must begin always with the end in mind. This is the time for each of you to choose what kind of woman, what kind of man you will become, what kind of life you will lead. Choose wisely. Live a life that truly matters. Live a life of significance. So with your recitation of the Honor Code oath and the signing of the Honor Code registry, you are now full members in the Christopher Newport University learning community with all of its rights, honors, and responsibilities. Congratulations and best wishes. My thanks to our Honor Code President, Carrie Martin, and to all of the members of the Christopher Newport community who participated in this very special occasion. Following the ceremony, everyone is invited to lunch on the Great Lawn. And at the picnic, Carrie will welcome the class of 2021 by ringing the bell in the clock tower. And then I hope that every member of the new class, every new member at Christopher Newport will ring the bell for the first time. And then 4 years from now, or upon your graduation, I hope you too will take the opportunity to ring the bell once again. So students, please change into more comfortable clothes so that you can enjoy those festivities. In closing, I ask you to stand and join us in the singing of the Alma Mater. The Alma Mater, the words are on the back of the program. The Alma Mater singing will be led by the CNU Voices, Dr. Paul As divested of the mace, he will lead the stage party and the faculty in academic recession. Students and guests are asked to be seated until the faculty has departed. Thank you for making this a very special occasion. Godspeed. Best wishes to each of you.
Knowledge, truth, eternal wisdom, Alma Mater we adore. Your sons and daughters walk the pathway trod by those who came before. With passion, loyalty, and courage, we wave the silver and the blue. Our alma mater shining brightly. Hail, all hail to CNU.